Today's adventure is Brooker Creek Preserve in Tarpon Springs, which is in Pinellas County. And John and I are setting out for about a 4 to 5 mile hike through the preserve. Brooker Creek Preserve is managed by Pinellas County, and it's 8,700 acres of natural lands, and we're pretty excited and hoping to see some wildlife today. So we're starting off here at the Education Center, which is currently closed due to COVID-19, and we're going to pick a trail. It says Bird Path, Flatwoods Trail, Ed Center Trail. Do these lead to Wilderness Trail? Okay. So I'm sure it's hard to tell with the GoPro. It's hard to tell with the naked eye. But there's a clump of weeds in the middle of the water right there, or what we thought were weeds, until we looked more closely. And what it is, it's two eyes sticking out of the water. It's an alligator. Camouflaged, just hanging out. So Brooker Creek flows 15 miles to the southwest and flows into Lake Tarpon. This is a really nice trail. It's a beautiful trail, actually. There's just one distraction. I wouldn't call it annoying. I would say it's a distraction. And that is the skeet shooting range that I would say that's about 3 miles away. We passed it coming in. And, you know, it just takes away the sound of the gunfire, just takes away just a little from the peacefulness of the surroundings. Still a beautiful trail. I'm not saying that I wouldn't recommend it because of that. It's just, you know, somewhat distracting. All right, Wilderness Trail, north entrance. All right, it says that at times water may cross trails and conditions may be muddy. So, this is January, so it is dry season, although we've had some unusual rains in December, so we'll see how the trail conditions are today. This is the first time that John and I have hiked this trail, and it's kind of exciting when you hike a new trail because you really don't know what to expect, you know, around the corner. That's one of the things I enjoy so much about our journey through Florida, is that we are discovering new places and doing things for the first time, visiting places for the first time. You know, when you're busy in your everyday life, you kind of fall into the rut, and you end up going to the same places and doing the same things. And since John and I have started this journey, we've found so many amazing trails and so many places that we never even knew existed. And it has really brought joy to our life. It's given us, it's rejuvenated us. Made us feel even, you know, can even say made us feel a little younger. All right, so far on the trail, the ground, the surface has been pretty well packed, so it's not sandy. It's hard packed dirt, making it for easy walking, easy on the calves. I don't know, you know, if you've walked a lot of sandy trails, it, you know, can really burn the calves. This trail is nothing like that. So far, it's hard packed. We haven't encountered a lot of roots yet. Of course, we're still in the, you know, first mile, so we'll see what comes down down the path. Okay, so we are getting a little mud on the trail. Yep, here's some water. Yeah, we might be able to get around. It's muddy, but I said it's muddy, but at least it's not underwater. Of course, we probably walked through poison ivy to get around the lake. Get around the flooding. So according to the trail map, there's restoration work in progress that will eventually make the wilderness trail a little drier. Are we continuing down wilderness? Yeah, I think let's try.
Better off on this side, I think.
You think?
Yeah. I don't see a path over there. No, over here.
Okay.
That looks awful wet back there.
Well, I mean, if you want, we can go Flatwoods Trail. Well, obviously a lot of people have gone around because this is a cutout trail here. All right, so we made it through that flooded area. There are other trails here, but John and I picked the wilderness trail because it is the longest. He's not going to be too happy because I see some flooding up ahead. There's more flooding, but there's another path. Well, if it's going to be like this the entire way, I mean, we've already gone around 3 or 4 lakes in the path. You want to just turn around and do Flatwoods Trail?
Probably.
All right.
That's the second sign I've seen that said that.
Yeah, all right. All right, so we are back at the beginnings of the Flatwood Trail, so we're going to eesh right into the mud. We're going to see if this trail is a little drier. Okay. John and I are just not a fan of wading through water. If it was the only trail here, that would be one thing, but it's what's in the water that scares me, and it's the abundance of mosquitoes that you have on the trail with standing water. All the bug repellent in the world is not going to help with mosquitoes. Oh, we got more water here. So the Flatwoods Trail is a little muddy in places, but at least we don't have big flowing lakes, for the lack of a better word. We don't have big flowing lakes across the trail. Of course, I think this is going to cut our hike a little shorter than we originally wanted to hike today. All right, so we're going to check out Blackwater Cutoff. That's going to take us back to the Wilderness Trail. So we're just going to add this on our hike coming off the Flatwoods Trail onto Blackwater Cutoff. So we're going to add this to our hike and see what we see out here. Maybe add some miles on that we lost in the swampy waters of the Wilderness Trail. So John and I are doing this hike on a overcast January day, and it's pleasant. I do not think that this would be a trail that John and I would put on a summer hike list. The summer in Florida requires shaded trails for us, and even though we're walking through the forest, if this was a sunny day, we would be in full sun. Yeah, it looks like it's underwater up there. This leads to probably where we were before on the Wilderness Trail, so that's probably why those other people turned around. All right, so Blackwater Trail is underwater leading to the Wilderness Trail, so we're gonna turn around and head back to the Flatwoods Trail that we were on before. Now, this is January, so this is dry season for Florida. So if these trails are underwater now, granted, we did have some rainy days, unusual rainy days, stormy days in December. But if these trails are underwater now, summertime, rainy season, they are really going to be underwater. Now, I don't know if I said this before, but I did read on the trail map that there's restoration work in progress. And they're trying to rectify some of the flooding situations on the trails here. So, trying to make them a little drier, so, things may change. So we will, check back often and check the conditions of the trails. Now, for all you hikers out there that trail hike often, a little standing water probably won't scare you away. So, this what I'm, talking about why we're turning around on trails is, we're not equipped to go through water. We're not accustomed to it. We're a little skittish of it. Perhaps as we enhance our hiking experiences, become a little more aware of the trails and our own abilities, then yes, you know, we may go hiking through water like that. The sun is coming out, which is a double-edged sword. But pictures come out better with sunshine, but we get a little hotter with sunshine. Trails get a little warm. Not a lot of shade on this trail. All right, so now we are back to the Flatwoods Trail. The much drier Flatwoods Trail, at least so far. Still areas of mud, but much easier to go around. Yeah, that's definitely animal tracks. Hog? So I thought it'd be important to mention that we have seen several hikers with strollers out here. So it must be, you know, not too difficult to push a stroller on these trails. So a lot of young kids in strollers, parents pushing them around for an afternoon of hiking. So that, just thought I'd mention that. Just a little observation place to look out at all the palmettos and pine trees. Okay, so this is a short little trail. It's called Bird Trail, but we're going to take it because it says Eagle's Nest is this way. So here's some eagle facts. The bald eagle's scientific name signifies a sea eagle with white head. Wild bald eagles may live as long as 25 years. Female is slightly larger than the male. Florida eagles are smaller than Alaska's bald eagles. Several eagles soaring together in a thermal is called a kettle of eagles. Their diet consists of mostly fish, but will take advantage of carrion. Lifting power is about 4 pounds. Eagle's eye is almost as large as a human, but at least 4 times sharper. Known to use the same nest each year, adding more material. One nest used for 34 years weighed over 2 tons. Wow, that's amazing. Florida's eagles migrate to North Carolina up to Canada, while others stay here year-round. More than 80% of southeast U.S. bald eagles is concentrated within Florida. So they have this little lookout here where you can go in and check out the eagle's nest. We were told it was this way on the power line, but that it hasn't been spotted for some time here. Which power line is it on?
It's that left one.
The one on the left?
All the way to the left. Did you read this sign?
No.
All right, that power line.
Yeah.
So on the left.
On the left.
That big long one, the first one you come to that goes all the way left and right.
Right?
All the way to the left.
Oh, so it's all the way on the left-hand side of that. You can barely see it. Okay, so we're back to the sign, and there's where it explains that the eagle's nest is. It says what to look for once the nestlings are able to thermoregulate, maintain their body temperature. The adults will be seen perching nearby. The first month is critical for the weaker eaglet's survival. Fighting may occur between siblings and adults. Do not interfere. Eaglets stand side by side, observing surroundings to imprint the natal territory for future nestings. So just because we haven't seen him today, and the gentleman that we passed on the trail says he hasn't seen the eagle in a while, doesn't mean she hasn't been there. You know, we're just unlucky in the times we've chosen to come view the nest. So this is pretty, very scenic here.